The Jets came into free agency with a number of glaring roster holes, on the offensive line, in the pass rush and at the offensive skill positions. But one of Mike Maccagnan's early priorities has apparently become finding a new inside linebacker, as the Jets have been linked to a couple. And that's a terrible look for their general manager. On the surface, that appeared to be one of the few spots the Jets had stability at the end of last season. Sure, Darron Lee finished the year with a 4-game substance abuse suspension, but he and Avery Williamson were generally made for a decent pair in the middle of the Jets' defense. NFL free agency, Jets get Anthony Barr, Jamison Crowder, Josh Bellamy, favorites for Le'Veon Bell? Josh McCown. Latest rumors, updates, news. The New York Jets are expected to be active in free agency. The NFL's legal tampering period started Monday at noon. Williamson clearly isn't going anywhere. He was just signed in free agency last season and carries a $10 million dead cap hit in 2019. That means if the Jets find a middle linebacker, like the Ravens' C.J. Mosley, it'll be Lee making way, either by riding the pine, leaving in a trade, or getting cut with a $1.4 million cap penalty. And the fact that Maccagnan is currently trying to replace one of his own first-round draft picks is an alarming sign. Maccagnan hasn't had much success in the draft to begin with. Just 18 of his 28 picks from the past 4 years remain with the Jets, and 6 of those are 2018 selections. But one of the few bright spots on Maccagnan's track record had been his first-round picks. Both Jamal Adams and Sam Darnold, his most recent selection, look like potential long-term stars. Leonard Williams and Darron Lee haven't lived up to that same level, but they've at least been mostly solid contributors. Until now, that is. Now, Maccagnan is apparently giving up on what should have been one of his 4 layups. Sure, part of that may come down to scheme fit within new defensive coordinator Greg Williams' defense. But the fact is that this roster is currently deficient because of Maccagnan's struggles. His poor drafting has helped lead the Jets into this situation, where they lack talent on multiple levels. A lack of impact free agents hasn't helped, either. Remember, this team has won just 14 games over the past 3 seasons, which got head coach Todd Bowles fired. Maccagnan apparently kept his job by selling Christopher Johnson on his vision for the future. But if part of that vision included scrapping some of his former work and hitting restart, in at least one small area, after an already poor 4 years, that should have been a big red flag for the Jets. Frankly, if a general manager decides that a minor scheme change, remember, the Jets are staying in a 3-4 base defense, is enough to doom a first-round pick, then he's effectively admitting it was a bad selection. That's just another strike on a growing list that's full of them against Maccagnan. Matt Stypulkowski may be reached at mstypulkowski@advancemedia.com. Follow him on Twitter at m_Stypulkowski. Find NJ.com Jets on Facebook.